مش مهم انت موجودة فين عشان تقدري تتحكمي في كل حتة جوه بيتك اللي شغال بتكنولوجي الهوم اوتوميشن. لأول مرة في مصر كومباوند يعمل بالطاقة الشمسية. لو بارك كومباوند متكامل الخدمات. لو بارك أكتر مما تتخيل.
It gives me great pleasure to wish you all a warm welcome on behalf of the German Academic Exchange Service, DAAD, to the regional conference about quality assurance in higher education in the Arab states, sustainability and future development. Quality assurance is one of the main tools to develop trust between higher education institutions, which in turn is key to fostering cooperation in higher education and institutional institutional, regional, national, and with increasing relevance, international level. Internationalization within higher education is no longer a choice, but a necessity for development, and not an end in itself, but a means to achieve better quality for universities, which ultimately implies the quality of their students as future employees, entrepreneurs, and dynamic members of the global community. We need some quality assurance for this microphone. Practical relevance and excellence in research. It is for this reason that the DAD leads UNESCO and IAEA in cooperation with the Supreme Council of Universities in Accra support and promote dialogue within the academia, research organizations, NGOs, and external stakeholders such as the industry. The aim is to provide a platform for exchanging ideas and discussing current challenges in quality assurance. Networking on both levels, higher education institutions and quality assurance agencies.
يا عم اقعد، ده الجودة جه فينا. لا يا راجل مش معقول. اشرب.
شاي مروج توليفة من أجود أوراق الشاي، مظبوط في طعمه ولونه وريحته.
ده جه فينا بجد. اقعد.
علشان تشوف كل حاجة مظبوط، اشرب الشاي المظبوط.
Quality assurance in the higher education scene in the Arab region has matured in the last decade. However, a comprehensive regional approach is still underway, and according to different recent articles, quality assurance systems are well entrenched in most countries and institutions of the region, and little has been done in terms of assessing the impact of quality assurance systems. It is important to shift the focus from a procedural quality assurance check to the development of a real quality assurance culture. It is also important to move the discussion level quality assurance in the higher education system. Last but not least, I would like to thank all of our speakers and chairs, and I wish you fruitful sessions, looking forward to new perspectives and joint follow-ups on our discussions. Thank you very much.
مش مهم انت موجودة فين عشان تقدري تتحكمي في كل حتة جوه بيتك اللي شغال بتكنولوجي الهوم اوتوميشن. لأول مرة في مصر كومباوند يعمل بالطاقة الشمسية. لو بارك كومباوند متكامل الخدمات. لو بارك أكتر مما تتخيل.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Your Excellency, Minister of Education, Higher Education, Your Excellencies, our partners in this conference, distinguished colleagues and participants, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to the second conference of the Arab Network for Quality Assurance in Higher Education, which is held in partnership with the esteemed United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, and the German Academic Exchange Services, DAD and DIES in Cairo. I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincere appreciation and gratitude to the government and the great people of Egypt for their gracious and generous hospitality. You have really made us feel at home. Sustainability and Future Development, our conference title, has many interpretations, one of which would be securing environmental, economic, and social well-being for today and tomorrow. The UNESCO defines education for sustainable development as what allows every human being knowledge, skills, attitude, and values necessary to shape a sustainable future. In short, the future is very important to all of us, and we need to prepare. Countries should nurture pools of well-educated citizens who are able to perform complex tasks and adapt rapidly to the ever-changing environment and the evolving needs for the sustainable development.
وفرحتي أنا بشرتي ناعمة ورقيقة ما هي سر جمالي وقوتي من كريم البشرة اللي ليا 100% مكوناته طبيعية التجاعيد لا دي حاجة منسية ده بخلاصة زيت المنك من كريم البشرة اللي ليا
مينك كريم البشرة اللي بخلاصة زيت المينك بيحافظ على جمال ونضارة بشرتك من التجاعيد. مينك لكل أنواع البشرة.
مينك
قوتك في نعومة بشرتك.
And currently, the Arab Network in 2007 has participated in establishing a number of quality assurance agencies in some of the Arab countries, sharing in conferences, seminars, and workshops. With the valuable contribution of our partners, the UNESCO, DLE, and World Bank. Currently, there's full efforts on organizing this conference. I wish for you all the best and for our conference all the success. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
مش مهم انت موجودة فين عشان تقدري تتحكمي في كل حتة جوه بيتك اللي شغال بتكنولوجي الهوم اوتوميشن. لأول مرة في مصر كومباوند يعمل بالطاقة الشمسية. لو بارك كومباوند متكامل الخدمات. لو بارك أكتر مما تتخيل.
Good morning. Your Excellency, Professor Dr. Sayyid Abdel Khaled, Minister of Higher Education in the Arab Republic of Egypt, Mr. Christian Raus, I hope I'm pronouncing well, Deputy Head of Mission, German Embassy in Egypt, Dr. Wahed Al-Haji, the President of the Arab Network for Quality Assurance in Higher Education, and Dr. Roman, Director of conducted under the auspices of the Minister of Higher Education in Egypt and organized by UNESCO, DAED, DIAC, and CAHI in cooperation with SCU and NAUAAE in Egypt. We in UNESCO, and here I'm speaking on my behalf and on behalf of my colleagues who have came all the way from Paris to participate in this important event.
يا عم اقعد، ده الجندة جه فينا. لا يا راجل مش معقول. اشرب.
شاي مروج توليفة من أجود أوراق الشاي، مظبوط في طعمه ولونه وريحته.
ده جه فينا بجد. اقعد.
علشان تشوف كل حاجة مظبوط اشرب الشاي المظبوط.
But assurance has been gaining increasing role as it moves not only to enhance quality but also to increase transparency, to create trust among stakeholders and institutions of higher education. In this era of globalized knowledge-based economy, with higher education can be seen as a major platform for preparing the required skilled knowledge workers. Quality assurance in this era is
a priority by having created a science department within the embassy and by having established a German science center in Cairo in 2012. The DAAD Cairo office, active in Egypt since 55 years, has built up an impressive network of alumni. The immense number of cooperation projects between German and Arab universities in diverse fields is the result of those efforts. The university systems in most Arab countries have been subject to major reforms during the last years, with internationalization being the major focus. Internationalization of education management is therefore a logical consequence of this development. With limited financial resources, however, there's a trade-off between broad access to university and the assurance of high-quality education. The Arab system of higher education is marked by a huge demand for university access by the growing young population.
This is what? Why? Why should improve our higher educational system? Of course, we are working under the pressure of many factors. First of all, the massification of higher education system in Egypt. There is an increase. There is an increase in demand for higher education in Egypt. This year, for instance, we have more than 500,000 students who are looking to attend university. So what we are going to do for them? What about our programs? What about the faculties? What about the curriculum? Are we going to prepare them in a better way to find a job or to participate positively in developing the economy and the society, or what? The other factor is the internationalization. Also, there is an internationalization refers to the student mobility. How can we push student mobility or accept student mobility if they are not highly educated? If we are saying that some of our students go to study somewhere else, what about their qualifications? They should have at least the minimum level of education comparable to the other system. What about the mobility of our staff members? What about the mobility of research in our universities? The third factor is diversification. As all of you know that the providers of higher education now are many. We used just to have the governmental schools. Now we have private schools. We have courses online. We have public providers. We have private providers. We have a variety of providers of higher education. So we have to establish a system to assure a higher quality of higher education regardless of the provider of this system. It's imperative. It's imperative also because of we live now in the age of globalization. When we say globalization, means a fierce competition, a very stiff and strong competition, not only between or among the universities or higher institutions, higher education institutions, but also among or between the different economies. So we can't build a good economy, we can't build a constructive, in a constructive way without a higher education, a good higher education equipped with better knowledge, better skills to, as we said, participate positively in.
يا عم اقعد، ده الجون ده جه فينا. لا يا راجل مش معقول. اشرب اشرب.
شاي مروج توليفة من أجود أوراق الشاي، مظبوط في طعمه ولونه وريحته.
ده جه فينا بجد. اقعد اقعد.
علشان تشوف كل حاجة مظبوط، اشرب الشاي المظبوط.
In addition, we need some sort of placement missions. I mean by placement missions, we want our partners to give us the opportunity to give our students, our scholars, the opportunity to acquire not only the academic information, not only the academic knowledge, but we need a practical knowledge, practical skills, how these systems work, how they could bridge the gap between the needs of the society and the economy and what they are teaching in their higher education institutions. To the home country, we need help in this regard. Just to help us in getting our precious human capital back to work, stay in Egypt, in Egyptian universities. Of course, there is something on our side to do, and of course also there is something on our partners, international partners, to do also and help us in this regard. As you may see, of course, we have to reach something concrete. As you heard, all these programs started more than 14 years ago, but we are still speaking the same language. We have to do something different. We have to work together in a concrete way just to improve the quality of our educational system, to institutionalize our cooperation, as I mentioned in this brief speech. In fact, I feel in the Egyptian government, before I finish, in the Egyptian government, we realize very much the problem. We realize very much the challenges. And we are working on these challenges. We are doubling the number of scientific missions this year. We are working with our generous partners and getting more scholarships this year, more than any other year, from the East and the West. We are organizing meetings with all the scientific, the president, scientific sectors in Egypt to improve the curriculum of our universities and the higher education institutions. On the coming Tuesday, we are organizing a workshop in cooperation with UNESCO and the GAD about the best 10 systems in the world related to the admission policies into universities. We are looking to improve the admission policy in our universities. We invited UNESCO, and thank you very much for their acceptance and very well of that. It doesn't take just 3 weeks. We will here organize at this hotel. We will speak about the best 10 systems for admission policies in the world. And after that, we will discuss. It will be an open discussion, and we will speak about it's a project. How can we improve our admission system in our universities? How can we improve our curriculum? Needless to say that we have strategy for reforming higher education, and we started already to implement the projects of this strategy. Because I myself, I don't believe in just words and words and words. It's the time for work now. The time for work now. Concrete work together. So we started already implementing some of these projects. We need, inshallah, from this good meeting, a very constructive discussion, constructive recommendations, and applicable ones, which we can apply in the Ministry of Higher Education with our universities in Egypt, with our higher technical institutes, both public and private. We have about 2.5 million students enrolled in our universities. I usually say that they are the most precious. They are the most precious and dependable factor in our progress towards the future. If we are speaking about Sharm el-Sheikh Economic Conference and some other conference, no other way can help us to build our economy without a very skilled.
مش مهم انت موجودة فين عشان تقدري تتحكمي في كل حتة جوه بيتك اللي شغال بتكنولوجي الهوم اوتوميشن. لأول مرة في مصر كومباوند يعمل بالطاقة الشمسية. لو بارك كومباوند متكامل الخدمات. لو بارك أكتر مما
very constructive, as I said, discussions, recommendations, and we are always ready to work with all of you, individually and collaboratively, and we are ready to help any of you. And our office is open at any time for any suggestion, for any advice, for any help, directly and indirectly. Thank you very much indeed.
أساسه يمكن ده الموضوع كده يا شباب القرآن العظيم أو علمنا آيات العظيم أن الله عمل عملا أن يتقنه. فالإتقان هو في أساس الأديان الصحيحة. ليه؟ لأن الإتقان هو أساس بناء الأمم وهو أساس بناء واحنا النهارده بنتكلم على حكمة بنتكلم على لا دور تعليم عالي في بناء اقتصاد ولا بناء أمة ولا تهذيب أخلاق ولا تزويد الإنسان بالمعارف ولا المهارات اللازمة إلا إذا كان على مستوى. إذا لم يتحقق هذا فنجد أن التعليم هو أحد أهم روافد تغذية المطالب. إن لم يكن التعليم يدي الإنسان مهارات ومعارف يمكنه من أن يجد فرصة عمل. إن لم يكن التعليم يعطي للإنسان المعارف والقدرات اللي المجتمع محتاجها ده اللي بيسموها البروبابيلتي يبقى احنا التعليم العالي. عشان كده نقول المؤتمر ده مهم جدا وعلى مستوى مصر وعلى مستوى العالم العربي وده بيرجعنا إلى إن شاء الله احنا في خلال
Ladies and gentlemen, may I kindly ask you to take your seats again? We are about to resume with the first session of the conference. Please take your seats. Thank you.
احنا بقالنا حوالي 14-15 سنة بنتكلم في الدولة وعايز اقول انه الآن الأوان ان يوضع نظام بحيث ان الدولة لا حتمية ولا بد ان توضع قواعد.
Can I have your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen? I'd like to start with our conference. Can I ask you to take your seats again, please?
نملك الطرف ان احنا نضيع كمان 15 سنة او 20 سنة خاصة بالنسبة لمصر وهي مقبلة على مشروعات تنموية طموحة محتاجة كافة المهارات بكافة أنواعها، محتاجة المعارف بكافة أنواعها، محتاجة التعليم الفني عالي المستوى والتعليم العالي متوسط المستوى. نحن في مصر محتاجين كده. مين اللي هيوفر ده؟ نظام تعليم متماسك متطور قادر على الاستجابة لتحديات ومتطلبات العالم. كل سنة وانتم طيبين.
وفي كمان السوني فيجاس سهل جدا يعني. السوني فيجاس برنامج طيب خلاص ماشي اوكي. خلاص اوكي ماشي.
مش مهم انت موجودة فين عشان تقدري تتحكمي في كل حتة جوه بيتك اللي شغال بتكنولوجي الهوم اوتوميشن. لأول مرة في مصر كومباوند يعمل بالطاقة الشمسية. لو بارك كومباوند متكامل الخدمات. لو بارك أكتر مما تتخيل.